When I talk, they listen. This is what they've been missing. This podcast is what they've been missing. When I talk, they listen. This is what they've been missing. This podcast is what they've been missing. When I talk, they listen. This is what they've been missing. This podcast, this is what they've been missing. When I talk, they listen. This is what they've been missing. This podcast is what they've been missing. Word.
Welcome to this episode of Marc My Words. Today I sit with one of the local greats, what we consider a local legend. He's been around for decades. I want to say 2 to possibly 3, but I don't want to date him. But definitely 2 decades of just consistency, making the town rock, and further than the town itself as we would talk. But I would like to introduce no other than DJ Big Reg. Welcome, Big Reg.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
How you doing? It's a pleasure to have you. As I said, you're one of the local greats, and I tell people when I talk about you, I always say my DJ. And so I feel that way because you've been rocking with me for decades from parties and events I've had. But I also say that I may be a little biased, but I think you're, if not the best, one of the best here locally in Rochester, New York. So as a DJ, were you born and raised here in Rochester, New York? Is this your hometown? You're a native?
Absolutely. We started in Fight Square.
Okay. So you're a West Sider?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And migrated even further west. And we got a home on Evangeline Street. My cousins lived 2 doors away, and my mother and I, we bought the house, and that's where I grew up.
When you say we, it was just your mother and I?
Yeah, me and my mom.
Your mother, you.
Yeah.
So you're an only child?
On my mother's side, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So you started off on the west side of Rochester, New York, Fight Square. Is that where the DJing even started?
No, it's funny how that came about. I can say, I'm being transparent, I was spoiled.
Okay.
And
only child.
When I was 12, 13, that's when everybody was getting motorbikes and, Honda Elites and all of that. And that's what I wanted.
Okay.
And thankfully, my nana was like, nah,
okay.
I'm not getting you, I'm not going to the hospital to see you, nothing like that. No. What else do you want? And I said, I want turntables.
Really? How old were you when you said this?
I was 12 years old.
Okay.
And we went out to a store, dating myself. I'm dating myself. We went out to Silo.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you did.
We went out to Silo, and she bought me turntables. They were like $2.99 a piece.
Okay.
And I had been buying records my whole life. Shamrock, I used to hit them every week downtown. Remember Shamrock?
Yeah, Shamrock. With Record Theater and all of them in Midtown, or
so Record Theater was in Midtown. Right. That was my second stop.
Right, that was always my stop.
I remember where McDonald's was.
Yeah.
And Shamrock was a few doors down.
Okay, I don't know why I remember that. Then maybe I wasn't, because Cavaliers was that McCory's. In that same
block.
Okay,
yeah.
So it was a record store.
Yeah.
And you were like a teenager, preteen, buying records.
Yeah.
You remember some of the records you was buying in?
What? The first record I ever bought, I bought the Jackson 5 Skyrider LP. And remember, I'm dating myself again. 2 guys you could buy records from.
2 guys. 2 guys and gold circles on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the first record I ever bought for myself, and I still listen to that record today.
Okay.
And then, once hip hop came into my life, I bought the Double Dutch Bus.
The Double Dutch Bus.
That record.
Wow. I'm dating myself too. All right. So
you knew the words. My man.
Okay. So then you was like 12 or 13. So your grandma Dukes got you the turntables.
Yeah.
So only child, turntables set up in your room.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't know anything about DJing.
I was trash.
Okay.
I had straight on turntables. And if you know anything about turntables, if you don't have the good tone on, you're not gonna get any better. And I wasn't getting any better. I was just a house DJ, I guess you could say. And my cousin Tiffany, when I was probably a sophomore in high school, she started going with DJ Wiz.
Okay.
And if you know anything about the West Side, Wiz was that guy.
Okay. I think he's still dope on the radio.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I got her ear like, yo, you think he'll teach me?
Okay.
And I really wanted to learn from him because he was considered the best.
Okay.
And I wanted to learn from the best. And eventually he started letting me come over.
Really?
Yeah.
Now this is news to me because I really like Wiz too. So to know that you were like mentor, would you say, under him?
Yeah, I carried Wiz's records when Wiz was started his club. I was the one who carried the records,
and that's humble for you to say.
And I was privileged to do so.
Okay.
Because I felt as though I was paying my dues, and I wanted to make sure he got the light that he needed.
Okay.
So I set the records up, make sure everything was lined up. So when he got there, he was ready to go.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you was carrying the records for Wiz, but then also watching them.
Absolutely.
Clearly.
I was a student.
All right.
Definitely a student. And I would go watch other DJs too.
Mm-hmm.
I like going to watch B Swift.
Okay. B Swift, another one.
Yeah. And that's how, I forged a partnership with Green.
Okay.
That's how me and Green got together because we both went to a show to watch Swift.
Okay.
And while we were watching Swift, we were like, yo, we could take this thing to in a different direction. And we did.
Okay. So only child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved to Evangeline, bought a house.
Yeah.
So how was it growing up the only child?
It was tough. Because here's the thing. It was just me and my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you always wonder, did it have to be that way?
Mm-hmm.
So, my pops, when I was very little, my pops would come and get me. But I just remember him and my mom always fighting, and I was scared of them.
So fighting physically or verbally or both?
Both.
Okay.
Both. My mom, she was 5'2", but she was a firecracker.
Okay.
And they would fight like cats and dogs. And that's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it became normalized. And I love my mom.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
So it made me, although I love my father and I look just like my father, I was scared of him. And when he would come, I would make, excuses. Even at a young age, I'm 4 or 5 years old, I would make excuses.
Not to go with him.
So this particular night, he came to Fight Square to get me. And as, your parents not together, you with one on the holiday. So he came to get me after the holiday, after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, nah, I don't want to go. So my mom made up some excuse, come back and get him. So as I shared with you, I was only child on my mother's side, but my father had another son, looked just like me.
Okay.
We went to pick up my brother, never came back. Backstory, a month and a half prior to this night, my pops and his then young wife were living on Thurston. This is all Googleable. You can look this up. And they were having a domestic, him being him. And police came. She charged at the police with a knife. They killed her.
Wait, because this one got deep. So your dad, normalcy at the time was beating on women.
He was whooping on anybody.
Okay. So why did she charge at the police with the knife?
You know how that go. I mean,
like you getting.
So I guess him and the police were at it.
Okay.
So even though they were at each other, she charges at the police. You can look this up, bro.
Okay.
They shoot and kill her.
Now, how old were you then?
4.
And you remember this clearly.
So here's the thing. It took many, many years for me to deal with that unhealed trauma.
And how did you deal with it when you say deal with it?
Early in life, I became him. I was him. Because I didn't know no better. So you see, this is who you are. And, you know, if you double back to my career, I think it hurt me because promoters feared me. You know, club owners feared me. The money ain't right. It's gonna be issues. It's gonna be something.
Right.
That's all I knew.
This is funny to say this because I never, all these years I've been knowing you and working with you, I never saw this side of you to say that. I guess because we always did business the right way though.
Right.
But I still don't. You've always been you have this debonair, cool, laid backness to you. But I guess you can be triggered clearly from you admitting so.
Yeah, I mean, that feud it was short.
So when you say you end up being like him, before your current significant other women you dated in the past, you got physical with?
Absolutely, and I'm man enough to say yeah.
And so they know
and
he's not
wrong.
gloating in it or bragging. He's just telling his truth.
No, and the funny thing is, you know, people passing judgment on, like, you know, the video that just came out with Puff.
Right.
I can't say I wasn't Puff. I wasn't running down the hallway buck naked with his out on.
Right.
But I was no better.
A lot of people won't admit that.
And who am I to pass judgment on? That man needs to deal with his trauma. Like I dealt with mine. That's the only thing I would say in that instance. He has unhealed trauma that he needs to deal with.
And so when you say deal with trauma, you've been to therapists before?
Absolutely. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how they do. Black people.
Right. And men, not just black, especially specifically men. Yeah. They don't want to go sit on a sofa with someone.
Think about this. I'm 4 at the time when this happens, right? Think about the guilt I dealt with.
All those years.
Thinking, had I gone with my dad when he came initially, would that man have blown my dad's back off? Would he have done that with me standing there?
The police?
No. So the police killed her.
Okay.
A month and a half later, my dad, like I told you, it's after the holiday, I gotta do the after Christmas thing with my sons, and so when we go pick up Reggie, then I'll go pick up Lil Louie. And when we went to pick up my brother, the wife's father scared to death of my father. And as you know, a scared person to do something to you quicker than
a bold person
about that action.
Right.
And my dad turned his back to him. And he goes back up. Shotgun.
To your dad. So is your dad deceased as we speak?
Oh yeah, he died on that man's porch.
Wow. Okay. I be needing a little commercial break, and I don't even do them here. So okay. So
it gets deeper, bro.
Yeah.
So this happened on Post Avenue.
So what year? Because people gonna want to look it up.
74. It's all Google.
I was only one then. Okay, 74.
Google it.
Okay.
I had to.
Okay. It's still there.
Still there.
Under your dad's name. Are you a junior? What's your dad's name?
Lewis Hawkins. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, 74. This is Post Avenue. Go ahead.
So I told you I grew up on the west side.
Right, clearly.
Best school on the west side was 16 school.
Okay, yeah, on that Post.
Yeah. And so imagine me going to school every day on Post Avenue, looking around, wondering, is this the house? Is this the house? Is this the house? I dealt with that every day.
Walking to school or taking the bus?
Walking to school.
So you had to walk by it and just try to...
Didn't know which house it was. Wasn't until later on, when family tried to keep it from you, trying to protect you. But I think it did more harm than good. I mean,
keeping it from you?
Absolutely.
Because at what age did you say, you said you looked it up yourself. You was an adult at the time and you just couldn't take it no more. It was like,
I just wanted to know. I wanted to know. You know, you heard stories. I heard stories that the man, you know, only did 1 day in jail. He did more time than that.
Because it wasn't self-defense for the man.
They tried to say it was.
Okay.
And, you know, this is just my thinking. I think it was to get back for what the police had done. It gets even deeper than that. The cop who killed the wife, years later, killed his own son.
So you
look at that.
Excuse me. So you have been following people at least within the case, or either the news when you heard it, you just like, wait, this name sounds
triggered. Okay. Yes. And then you go back. Oh, he killed my dad's wife. He was corrupt.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So just recapping for the eavesdroppers, your dad, you grew up with a single mom, only child, due to your father being abusive physically and verbally to your mother.
They just didn't, you know.
They didn't click as far as to raise you together. So your father then starts dating someone else and became the same abusive to her. Then one night, the police had to come due to a domestic call. The police comes. Your father's wife tried to attack the police. She shoots him. He shoots her and kills her. Her father blaming your father for the death. And later, a month and a half later, murdered your dad.
Yeah.
So hearing me recap it like that, what are you thinking?
So very recently, I've hated that man.
Which man?
The man who killed my father.
Okay.
Because he didn't give us the opportunity to grow as men. I came to a new, understanding about why it happened or how it could have possibly happened. Because a lot of years I hated that man who killed my father. He took, even though he was flawed, I think the absence of him being in my life made me flawed. Because, a son is supposed to be better than his father.
Okay.
So maybe he would have had the opportunity to better himself, to better me.
So you feel like the man took that chance?
Absolutely. But now, in my wiser years with the gray, I understand the man was scared. And he was protecting what he thought, was his home and his family. And me being the husband and father that I am
today,
I would have did the same thing.
So, do I hear forgiveness in that statement?
Forgiveness.
So you don't forgive the man?
I do not.
You just understand.
I'm evolving.
Okay.
But I have not forgiven.
So this is what word I want to use? Not awkward. It's interesting to know that you yourself had issues with your dad and how he treated your mom. As you said earlier, I love my mom. Yeah. And he was doing her wrong. But yet you still have the love inside to just feel like, explain that. Like, not saying that you shouldn't.
Here's the thing. My dad was a musician.
Okay.
And my understanding was he was a great musician. Mm-hmm. And I think that has a lot to do with my passion for music. Mm-hmm. So, without knowing that I got it from him, in my heart, I think I did.
Right. Genetically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And even small things, like, I saw a guy at a park one time, and I'm, playing ball. And he said, "Oh, I know your daddy. You Louis' son. Well, you shoot the ball just like him." Never saw him shoot a basketball.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm him.
Instilled things in you, even without.
Yeah.
Okay. So you thank him for at least having you musically inclined.
Absolutely.
Okay. So how many years it's been since he's been deceased?
This happened 74.
Okay. Wow. So you just never know what people went through and go through. You know what I'm saying? Like I never knew this story. I heard it about you, and I'm my condolences to the loss of your dad. So how did your mom take to all this?
It's funny. That I don't remember.
Okay.
I just remember her trying to keep everything as normal for me as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all okay. I know I went right back to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you close with your paternal brother?
Unfortunately, he died a year later.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he had a congenital heart condition.
Okay.
He passed from that.
Were y'all close, or at least?
No.
Okay.
I just know he looked like me and I looked like him.
Okay.
That's all I know.
So you have no siblings now as we sit? Okay.
Mm-mm. And that's why I love my friends.
Right.
They're not my friends, those are my
brothers. Right. It is understandable. So now you're, so you said you cleared yourself up from being as your father. Because at what point did you have an awakening to say, because at times I could say, oh, I'm being like dad. I sound like dad. Like you'll have that moment that something happens. What moment that you said, wait, I'm being like my father and I can't continue this?
Well, it was either I'm going to kill somebody or somebody going to kill me.
So you came to that conclusion.
And I had to make a change within myself. Exactly. Or I wouldn't be here.
Mm.
And that's why I always say it's a blessing for me to be here. It's a blessing for me to be here today sitting next to you. It was a blessing for me to get up this morning and go to work and pour into the young people that I work with.
Mm-hmm. So all the women in the past that you abused, have you ever had the time to apologize to any of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have?
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't say all, like
it's a bunch. Like I'm
like it's a bunch. Yeah, like you was Ike Turner. But like just the ones you did abuse.
Yeah. You
did have the chance to.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, it was life.
Okay.
And life isn't always good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the easiest way I could do it.
So hearing you say that, and then you did bring up Diddy earlier. When he had his apology, he basically said it was somewhat like, well, life, it was my darkest moment.
Yeah.
So did you understand that when he said that? Or?
No, it was the timing of it, I think, more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't see Diddy do no work.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Diddy was a couple of days ago saying it never happened.
Correct.
So if there had been a time where, he was away and, you could it's not my place to say
exactly,
his self-reflection or his self or his healing or doing what he needed to do, but it was just too quick. If the video didn't come out, you would have said it never happened.
So that's why I salute you, not for what you did, but how you just owned it. But you brought it to me. You brought it to us.
Yeah.
That's your past. Is what you did.
Everything is Googleable these days.
All right. Receipts
you stand next to the wrong person, they're going to tell you.
Right.
This is what it is.
Yeah. So moving on from that, high school. What high school did you go to? West Side?
So I started off at East.
Okay, East Side. Went to East too. Orientals.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Orientals.
I had to get out of there.
Why?
It was too many Reggies.
Oh, wow. Too many Reggies.
It was like 7. This is 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
7 Reggies in 7th grade.
But your name is Reginald.
There was Reggie, Reginald. They're all the same. It's all the same.
Right.
The only one that didn't identify as Reginald was Reggie Beckley. I don't know if you remember Reggie Beckley.
And Daryl the Beckleys. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Reginald White, Reginald Ward, Reginald. I'm getting in trouble for other Reggies. What they're doing.
Okay.
Nah, I had to get out of there.
Okay.
Transferred to Jeff because I was always there anyway because my nana lived on Dodge Street.
All right.
and everybody on Dodge Street went to Jeff.
Okay.
So
it was a high school then, yep.
Yep. I was always hooping at Jefferson. The light stayed on all night. We was out there. And I just had to go there.
Okay.
Yeah, think about it. It was the only city school with lights in the fall for football. So it was Friday night lights for real. And I had to be under. Yeah, that was.
What position?
I was running back. Running back and linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jefferson, where did you graduate from?
Jeff.
Okay, graduated from Jefferson.
Last class before I went to a middle school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, a little birdie once told me that you do like to be called, though, Reginald versus Reggie. Explain that, because we've always known Reggie. Yeah,
nah. Well, Reggie, if somebody called me Reggie and you hear him, that means they knew me prior to 12 years old. And that's because up until that point, I hadn't gone to East. When I got to East, I started hating Reggie. That's why I hated it. So women, I prefer Reggie or Reginald.
Okay.
Yeah. Back then, if you calling me Reggie, you being funny.
Okay. Got it. So high school, you graduated. College?
Went to Fredonia. SUNY Fredonia.
Okay.
And it didn't work out.
Okay, because I'm trying to pencil in when we started this DJing. So that college, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
What was the major?
Political science.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I wanted
so
to be
you was
politician.
thinking politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I could see that in you, some of your stats, some of the things you post. You're passionate about some topics.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do respect others' opinions. Though.
Right.
Yeah.
As you should.
I delete a few people. I unfollow. I'm an unfollower.
Right. Yeah. I'm a hider. I'll hide you for 30 days.
Yeah. So Fredonia didn't work out. I loved it there though. Didn't work out. And I was a hard charger, so I went to the Marine Corps.
Now what made you choose that out of the others? Army, Navy,
I think it was more my personality.
Marine Corps.
It meshed with the, what they were about.
Okay.
When I got there, I realized there was a lot of racism in the Marine Corps. And I got in a lot of trouble because I'm passionate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a word I can use for you. I see a lot.
Yeah.
Even in what you do, DJing, which is not a bad word.
Yeah. But being that I was a reservist, I was active reserve for a while, and then I, did my reserve thing. So that's when I was home, 91, 92. Okay. That's when I really started pursuing DJing.
Okay, now you told us before you was like trash at 12. Yeah. So where did this? So what made you go back mentally and say, I want to try it again? Because you felt you was trash the last
So working with Wiz, you're forced to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, opening for him.
Okay.
I learned how to work crowds.
All right.
Because it was my job to prep the crowd for the headliner, which was Wiz when he got there.
So you had to hype him up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I got good at that.
Okay.
And then, some nights Wiz would be Wiz and busy doing his Wiz thing, and I would get to rock longer and longer and longer. So
okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you was getting your experience.
Exactly.
So that's what made you revisit it to say, this is what I want to do.
And the funny thing, like years later, he was like, that's what I was doing. I was getting you ready. And I didn't know.
As he was.
Yeah.
Because, bruh, going to when you say learn how to rock a crowd, you do that well. But explain to us how, though. How does a DJ, what goes through a DJ's mind do you look over the crowd and start your depictions? How do you rock a crowd? A good DJ?
I think it's a feel more than anything.
Okay.
And it's an energy that I think that you have to bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And flip that switch, whether it's 1 or 1,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
You're there to entertain them. And more so, You're there to entertain the women.
Okay.
Because women drive a party.
Okay.
And if they're not happy, nobody's happy. All
right. And that's good stuff hearing you say that as a DJ, because I didn't know that. I know club promoters be like, ladies free, and it is always somewhat to the ladies. But to hear a DJ say that he gets his feeling off the women, because when they hear the music, they're going to move. They're going to get on the floor.
Back when they were dancing.
Back when they were dancing, yeah. So now everybody's just reciting lyrics.
And with the phone and doing like this. And I don't get that.
So that's how you got a feeling for the crowd. So you look out to a crowd. If they're not, say everybody is on the phone or not seeming to be attentive to you, like, how do you go from there? Because this is the days where everybody.
I think that drives me to take it to the next level, because I want that attention. I crave that attention.
Okay.
That's it's something I learned from K Capri.
Okay.
Years ago, mid-90s, he told me, look around. This is why I position myself the way I do. And if you notice, I always say, I want to be elevated. I want to be where the people can see me. Because I crave that.
Mm-hmm. I
need that to be able to give you the energy that you need for that you came out for.
Okay.
They said it.
So do you ever look out into the audience or the attendees and feel like they ain't moving? I need to do something. I need to switch it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a feel thing too. And it could even be okay, I'm in Buffalo, so I know what song is going to set the night off. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. I know what to play.
So demographically, you know what to do based on where you are.
Exactly. And the
South versus up north.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you got to do your homework. Mm-hmm. You got to tap in with the DJ in that market to say, hey, let's move around here.
So you literally do that. You find a DJ, because I'm just outlining your humbleness, carrying records, not afraid to reach out to another DJ and say that's why I'm repeating certain things, because that's humble of you to respect where you go and say what's happening here.
But you know what though? As much as I, respect what's going on there and I want to move those people, mm-hmm. I'm bringing the rock with me everywhere I go.
No, that's right.
Everywhere I go.
585.
Listen, and when I say the rock is in the building, it's gonna start with one. Mm-hmm. But you see me playing other cities.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, they fronting like they from the rock.
Right.
Because I done gave them what they need, but I'm also there to show you, where I'm from.
Okay. So is there any time where DJs, let's say yourself, by the end of the set, feel like a failure?
Yeah.
And when a DJ feels like he failed, why?
So the age of social media, I think, because we've already said everybody got an opinion. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to please everybody. So, and I'm not that thick-skinned. You say something about me. I'm not going to go back and forth with you on social media. I'm going to pull up. Because I need I need that energy.
Because you really like that.
Yeah, because I don't bother nobody. Mm-hmm. And, if you say something about me,
okay,
I'm not that guy that's going to, let it go. Mm-hmm. I hold a grudge, as you know.
Yeah.
And so I think social media, it heightened it and made it worse, because you think you killed it, you had a good night, then you go home and some, random female is saying whatever. And like I said, you can't please everybody. Mm-hmm. But, the goal is to have a successful event.
So now every event I've been on with you has been successful. But again, that could be people saying, well, he buys. You already said he DJ. However, how could one person feeling, or say threefold out of a whole party, make you feel like sensitive to what they said.
Because people jump on the bandwagon.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's their page, they post.
Somebody, somebody might not like you from way back when. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I like such and such better than him anyway, or whatever.
Right.
Oh, word.
Okay.
Note taken.
Okay. So it's good to hear you say DJs sometimes may feel like they failed, and the reason why. That's one reason why, from people feedback. Mm-hmm. But do you just leave before you even feel feedback, like taking your turntables and stuff or your laptop back to the vehicle?
Because we always the last one to leave anyway.
Right.
So you're there to the bitter end, and you wrapping wires and all of that. When you killed it.
Okay. It's easier to know when you killed it. That's why I'm asking about failed. We could be too hard on ourselves, perfectionists, in our crafts. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, do DJs ever feel like I didn't do that good, whether it's a wedding, party?
Well, I look at it as an opportunity to do better next time.
Right.
To transition from that set to the next set.
Okay. You consider yourself a cultural DJ, or are you multicultural? Somebody can hire you for whatever culture.
Oh, I think multicultural. I kill white wedding.
That's right. So now to say that, let's piggyback off of that. You have to do your homework and be musically inclined and in tune with other genres.
I grew up on AM radio. We had a 77 Nova.
Because we grew up with Duran Duran, Sting, all that.
AM radio, they played nothing but rock music. So I know my classic rock. I know, I'm hip.
So you stay relevant in that field, in other cultures. So what if the Puerto Ricans call you? Hispanics?
I can get my Suavemente in one.
Okay, so you multicultural.
And the funny thing, I did a Spanish wedding, and it was the first time I ever got a standing ovation. Like the whole, it's 600 people. It was at the place. What is it? See, I'm getting old. The place. It's the big right there, right down from Envy when you turn the corner right there.
Envy, turn the corner.
It's the big. They have the big, huge stage. It's beautiful in there.
Harold East Ball.
Harold East. I did a Spanish wedding there.
Okay.
And that was the first time, like, the music, they made me stop the music and they gave me an open. And I'm like, people do that? So and that's a cultural, that's what they do.
Yeah. So you do your homework. Yeah. You don't just, nobody's just hiring you just by name. They hiring you by craft, by you being, into making sure that you invest in your craft. You know all these other cultures, because somebody told me to come do something Puerto Rican, I would be like lost.
Right.
But you
do your homework.
Yeah, you do your homework. And so it makes you multicultural. So is this a passion of yours? Like, is DJing all you do?
Multi-streams of income. I'm a full believer in that.
Okay.
But no, I help run a construction program for young people. Ages, 18 to 24. And that's really what I'm passionate about these days, is helping young people. Because if you help, the young person you may be helping is the one that's not going to be trying to rob you somewhere.
Right.
Or rob someone that you care about.
The young person that you might be helping may be the one that's not trying to rob you somewhere. It's deep. And that's a way to look at it. Because many people are hesitant to help young people these days, thinking that they're different, they're temperamentic, they're uncontrollable, so they don't even want to be bothered. But that, what you said, can trigger somebody to be passionate to do so.
Yeah. Them same kids that's riding around in all them illegal vehicles, get them in a program that's going to help them get them a valid New York State driver's license and want to do things the right way.
So, what is the name of your program? Youth Build. Okay, and that's here locally.
Absolutely. It focuses on carpentry. Carpentry is, the core of our program.
Okay.
Teaching young people that a skill.
Okay.
But I think it's much, much bigger than that. We teach them skills that are transferable, that you can walk into any business and be an asset. I teach employability.
Okay.
And I share with them some of the same things I've shared with you today as a testament. Be better than me.
Okay.
If you feeling this way today, I'm telling you where it got me. So let's come up with another strategy, to change the trajectory of your life.
So why at 18 to 24? Why that age?
It used to be 17, but that's the way the money is set up.
Okay.
Servicing
Like grants.
Yes. Service at 18 and 24.
Okay. And is this affiliated with like homes or jails? So when like say someone got out, they can be referred to.
So we're through Catholic Charities, right?
Right.
But we partner with like a Pathstone and things like that.
Okay.
As a filter program and things like that. So we're easy to find.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say that, I would like you to give out the information. So when you say easy to find, phone number, website.
Yeah. This phone number 585-233-7422. You have a young person, or if you're a young person, 18 to 24, and you want to change your life and learn a skill and become employable and an asset to the community. I'm in 150%.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all heard the info. Is there like training? Like, do they get like paid training, or is it like a course?
No, it's a 20-week program.
Okay.
And they get a $200 a week stipend for just coming.
Oh, wow.
We provide them with every tool they need to be successful. Clothing. If they come in needing a driver's license, we help them get that. They get a lot of different services. They forklift training, OSHA 10. We stack that resume. And everybody that comes in the program is not going to be a carpenter.
Okay.
But everybody wants to be a homeowner.
Everybody.
And why not save the money and do the work yourself?
It's good stuff. So let's talk about worth while we're talking about money.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about like pricing in our crafts and our gifts. Knowing your worth, because DJ Reg is not the same price. Yesterday's price is not today's prices, as Fat Joe say.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I'm not even going to just say in our culture, people like to complain about pricing. But it's important that people of different crafts or entrepreneurship know their worth.
Absolutely.
Can we speak on that as a DJ? Like, do you ever get, when you give your price, that people say that's too high, or do you even care? Like, let's talk about that, knowing your worth as DJ Reg.
So, a lot of DJs, along with myself, we worked hard to build the market up, right? To where I was getting out of town money in town. And out of town money is always better.
Right, always.
But I was getting out of town money in town. And I was proud of that fact. GI along, we taking care of our families doing this. And then the bubble kind of burst a little bit. When, younger DJs started coming to the game, it's always, I'll do it for a cheaper price.
Right.
And people started going with that. If you notice now, it's always, 3 and 4 DJs on a flyer. How much money do you think? Now, the same pot that they was paying myself or GI, now they're splitting that pot up by, sometimes 3 DJs.
Okay. So do you budge when you, going back to knowing your worth? This is this segment, I want people to understand their worth.
No, I'm not budging.
Okay.
I'm not. If I know you and we've done business, I'll give you a play, because I know they'll
keep coming back to you.
Exactly.
So talk on that, knowing your worth. Somebody's watching that's getting into DJ or any craft. Like, what do you say about that? Not budging, like you said, starting off a certain way, but then you gradually, because you work with greats now from Super Cat, you've done many things with Kid Capri and the late great Biggie Smalls, so you build a resume.
Right. So when you're on those platforms, it does nothing but, you know, elevate your career. Because
exactly.
Once you've done it, they can't wipe it away.
Right.
And you know, I'm proud to say I've stood on those stages with those people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we're not budget. We're not budget. DJs, although it's easier now to get into the game,
mm-hmm.
because you think about it, I bought Double Dutch Bus in 81, 82.
Okay.
I started building my vinyl collection after that. You know, 2 copies of every record. That's $398 times 2. And you probably spending a couple $100 a week on records because you have to stay, you know, current. But now, you know, with laptop and the MP3s and you're saving all of that money. So, but you still have to invest in your craft.
Okay.
I see DJs pulling up, you know, with these, you know, cheap equipment, not investing in themselves and their careers, but still trying to demand top dollar.
With cheap equipment. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, and to this day, I invest. I'm going to spend to make sure that, you know, I have top of the line equipment to give the whomever is booking me the highest quality performance.
Right. And sound. Okay. Yeah, because you were one of the first ones I seen put the name on a laptop. I'm pretty sure other DJs do it, but I have to say what I seen.
Yeah.
Do you think you set trends as a DJ?
Yeah, I think so. I know of 4 markets where I changed the game.
How so?
When, you know, I'll use like Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
I went out there. DJs weren't on the mic. DJs, you know, weren't, you know, giving that type of performance.
Their own hype man. Because usually a DJ have a hype man.
Exactly.
But you was your own.
Yeah. But to this day, you know, via social media, and when I get back out there, I see DJs that have grown from being at my events and what I brought to the game and what I brought to their city. And that's a good feeling.
You have brought many big crowds. Like you said, you work with Kid Capri. You've done concerts that are like sold out at the arenas, not like small concerts. You started even back at like Brockport Student Union, which was huge and would be packed with many people. Like, do you ever have a wow moment? Like, what was your wow moments as a DJ to say like, wow, I'm here, I'm on this stage?
We were in Vermont.
Okay.
The U.S. Open for snowboarding. Huge event. My manager, Big J at the time, he kind of ran the hip hop, snowboarding, skateboarding.
Okay.
He kind of ran that whole. So we got booked for all of the dope stuff with the big, you know, Mountain Dew sponsoring this or this.
Mountain Dew, okay.
I mean, those types of.
You talking about bags.
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing the U.S. Open for snowboarding, and it's literally 25,000 people going up a mountain. And it's myself, Green Lantern, Big Pun, Fat Joe, Terror Squad. And the white kids that were there, it was 95, 99% white. They're having snowball fights. And when I say they were terrorizing the mountain, so everybody was scared. I ain't no punk. My mama named Gertrude. I'm going out there.
West Side.
So they start me off DJing behind this. It was the sound mixer board, the cover, huge, and I'm killing them. And I told you, I need that. The crowd needs to see it. I'm like, nah, move the board. When I say I tore that mountain down, I tore that mountain down. And I knew I was that dude.
And that was your wow moment.
That was one of them. Mm-hmm. And the other one, I would say, we ended up on CNN. That story. After I got done performing, Pun and Fat Joe came out there, and Pun said, if y'all throw a snowball up here, it's gonna be something.
Okay.
Man, that snowball came within 2 records, and Pistol Pete jumped in the crowd, and so he starts fighting the people, and the people start fighting them. Then the Vermont State Troopers came, and they tore that mountain. They flipped over the state trooper cars, and
really?
We made CNN.
Wow,
it was crazy. My other wow moment is, and this is the number one stage I think I've ever performed on. I in one magazine I had to list my top 10 clubs, and it was, for me, it was number one, Wall Street Music Hall.
Okay.
I got a call from John. Remember John, the old owner of Water Street? That was my man. Mm-hmm. So he called me. He said, "Hey, Reg." It's like 3:00 in the afternoon. "What are you doing today?" I just got off work. I'm chilling. You want to come DJ a Run DMC show?
Wow.
I'm like, when? He was like, right now.
Wow.
I said, I'm on the way.
This wasn't, Jam Master Jay wasn't.
I'm about to get to Jay.
Okay, go ahead.
So it was a Salem cigarette tour for them. Big money, big bag for Run DMC.
Yeah, Salem.
But here's the thing, the protesters, the nicotine people were out front. Bypass them. I swing around to the back, take the turntables in. I'm getting it. Sold out show. It was free. It's 1,500 people in Water Street, packed to the gills. I start rocking probably 5:30, 6 o'clock. Now, and when I say I'm killing it, Jay comes probably an hour and a half into my set, and he's stage left, and he sits there for the entirety of my set, probably 3 hours. So then he sends his man Smith to get me. That was Jay's, his right hand man. His name's Smith.
Okay.
He sent Smith to get me. "Jay want to meet you." My idol. Mm-hmm. I still walk like Jam Master Jay to this day. When I'm walking to the set to DJ, you can't tell me I'm not Jam Master Jay. This is in my head. So this man wanted to meet me. He said, "Yo, I want to do what you do." Now, if you think about it, his set was what it was every night. He did, and this is what he explained to me. I don't deviate from that. But the way you moved, it's like, I want to do that. And for my idol to say that to me, that was everything. I
bet it was.
I still get hyped when I think about it now. You can't tell me nothing. Jam Master. Two people told me I was nice. Jam Master Jay, Kid Capri.
Yeah. So that goes back to knowing your worth.
So, and this is back when 2 ways. Infancy of 2 ways. Okay. So, we exchanged 2 ways. And Jay and I probably, 2 way. It's now they call it texting, but back then it was, we 2-wayed each other all the time. Even so much so that I was in Columbus, Ohio, at my residency out there, and I knew they were going to be at the state fair in Columbus. 2-way, "Jay, I'm at this club. Come through." Bet. Usually, when I get on, ain't nobody coming on after me. Mm-hmm. This is Jam Master Jay.
Right.
He's in my booth with me. And he was like, "Yo, can I get on?" Can you get on? This is when...
Did you have to ask?
Let's Get Married was the biggest record in the world.
Oh, the remix with Jagged Edge. Mm-hmm.
So he gets on, starts his set with that. Then he goes into It's Like That. Then he's cutting sucker MCs, and he's doing his routine on my record. Now that's a wow moment.
Yeah.
To the 2,000 people that were in the club. Jam Master Jay's in here, and that's my man. That's the wow moment.
That's wow. Now that is wow.
Yeah.
Which makes me understand now, the way you strategically now put the logo on your laptop is the Run DMC type colors and strategy.
Yeah.
So I peeps it now. So that you're paying him homage. So every time you lift that laptop, the world sees you paying homage to Jam Master Jay.
Yeah.
I like that. Now you felt, this is going to be a little breaker here about his death. I know you had to take that. So where were you when you got the news that Jam Master Jay was murdered, and how did you take that?
It was difficult because I still had to be daddy, because it was Halloween. Mm-hmm. So I still got to be that dude.
To take the kids trick or treating.
Yeah. But that's my man.
You develop a friendship now. Yeah. Not only just you're like a idol, but now you develop
he's the one who, they should say the adage, you should never meet you because they never live up to what you envision them being.
Okay.
But for me, he did. Not so much the other guy, but Jay, he was that dude. He would always, be forthcoming with information and things like that. Yeah.
Right. So that was like a sad moment, of course, for you. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you think of going to the services?
No.
You didn't? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was never, it took a long time for me to start going to service, funerals and things like that because of the trauma.
Right.
At an early age that I had to deal with.
DJs, when we talk DJs, do you think DJs have some hidden envy with each other? Like, even if you think you're locally?
Yeah. I mean, everything's a sport.
Or even hidden competition, yeah.
Everything's a sport.
So does it ever get to where too far? It should be friendly competition, but do you ever think it gets to the point where you got to pull up?
No.
Okay.
Nah. So for years, people tried to, pit, GI versus Reg or whatever.
Okay.
That's my man.
Okay.
We talk about other stuff besides DJ.
Okay.
I root for him and his family. He roots for me and mine.
All right.
But every time I see his name on a flyer, I should be on that flyer. No, of course, because that's the human nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good to hear that you feel like there's hidden envy, but it's friendly competition.
I wouldn't just say envy. Well,
okay.
No, I wouldn't say envy.
So you don't think it's
at least on my part, because I root for everybody.
Right.
I root for everybody.
Okay, you know that it's enough for everybody to eat.
Yeah, I would think that they would think the same way.
Right. So is it different from reggae DJs versus hip hop DJs, or everybody kind of on the same wave?
No, they cutthroat in the reggae world. They even though they might,
they sound clash.
Yeah, right? They hang out together and things like that. But when that light comes on, they are cussing each other out, and I sit there and ooh, because I don't got to be active in that. I could be a fan. I'm a reggae super fan.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me I wasn't Jamaican back in the 90s and Red Wing times.
I'm an official member of website. I'm in website.
I was Silver Fox.
Yeah. Yeah, you was.
Yeah, so that was the sign. I rock with them though too, website.
Yeah, I love Big and Chuck and all that.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Shout out to website. Shout out to Silver Fox.
Yeah.
So now when it comes to
I was rock. I used to
you remember them too? That was Mark and Money. Well, I still rock with Delroy and A.
Yeah,
he still be doing it.
Yeah, they down there.
Yeah, they down there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they still Jamaican.
Yeah. They definitely
Delroy and all of them down there. Ricky Metro.
Yeah.
Ricky Metro was before his time, by the way.
No. Yeah, I remember him by name. Okay.
He was Super Cat. Oh, he was Ricky Metro.
Oh. The good thing about you, Reg, is you're a good businessman. Now, let me say why. Clearly, if Water Street owner reach out to you, you rub some of the right elbows. You currently work for the local radio station here, right? Or with WDKX?
I don't work for them, but I've known Dre since I was a little boy.
Okay.
And when I say that's someone who I have the utmost respect for. A lot of people, he this and he that, but no, that is an amazing man and an amazing father.
Okay.
I've learned more about being a good father from him than probably almost anybody.
Okay. So you don't work for them, but sometimes you DJ there,
absolutely.
Right? That's what I meant. Okay,
absolutely.
you work with them.
Dre call me, I need mixes.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
Done. Would I like to be on the air every night? I would love to, because you touch the people. You, at least I think I was able to. To give you an example, remember the night the lights went out on the entire East Coast?
Yep.
And there was no power anywhere? DJX had power.
Wow.
And I'm on the air, and I remember Cyrus Allen, who came on after me.
Love Spoons, right?
Yeah, he was late. Cyrus was always late. And I got to talk to the people, and people were scared. And I was that calming voice. I didn't have to be, Big Reg, the plug, the pitch man for a club night or anything like that. Or, I just had to be Reg and help people.
Okay. You also do voiceovers. You're good at that, like commercials. What made you advance to say, well, you know what? I got a dope voice. Let me do commercials.
It's another stream of income.
Right.
You get $200-$300 for a 60-second commercial.
Okay.
And I could, put that commercial together in 45 minutes.
How important is that commercial to people's events or whatever they have going on?
For older people, it validates the event.
Okay.
It gives validity to the event.
Okay.
Young people, I don't think they see the value as much. Now they're starting to.
Okay.
As a piece of the marketing puzzle. But for people our age, when you hear it on the radio, it's
official.
It's official.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could be driving, several different markets and hear my voice on the radio. Is that?
It's funny because I didn't notice your voice at first because you put it in a commercial type tone as well. But talking to you all the time, I didn't know. But then when I heard it, because you did a voiceover for me, I'm like, nah, Reg really is that guy for voiceovers too. Yeah. So, because it's convincing.
That.
Yeah, it's convincing. So, if y'all need a voiceover, it's your man too. So, let's talk. Earlier you talked therapy, which is good. You admit as a man, black man, that you went to therapists. I think this is a good time for us to talk health.
Okay.
You once was known as Big Reg.
Yeah, I was 320 pounds. 320
pounds. And visually, we see a difference here where you look more healthier, you look better and happier. Was that for health reasons or just cosmetic reasons? Explain that.
So, as a DJ, you're out late at night.
Okay.
And we hitting Perkins, we hitting wherever.
Man, I miss Perkins.
Yeah.
Frisco Melt.
Frisco Melt was everything. I just had a Frisco Melt.
I want one bad.
I was in, was it Pennsylvania, I think it was? Frisco.
Jeez.
Anyway, so it's funny you said that was me and Green's favorite burger. Frisco
Crazy.
Disco. What? So we out late. And then you shut it down, you lay down. And you laying down with all that. So yeah, I went from being athletic 200 pounds to gaining 120 pounds and being at my heaviest I was 329.
Wow.
I still thought I was cute. I was, now I'm a teddy bear.
Right.
But was I healthy? Absolutely not. And if I didn't make the change, I wouldn't be here. I'm a diabetic.
Okay.
Then it's funny, my phone's not going off right now because I'm wearing the Dexcom to monitor my blood sugar.
Okay.
But I had to make those changes, to be here for my family.
You made drastic changes. Like you said, you were up to like 300 pounds, and now what you weigh today?
Probably 172.
Okay, and you've been holding that for a while.
Probably about 10 years now.
So diabetes is what caused you to say, I gotta change. I need to get some Ozempic. Could you get it for me?
I'm on Ozempic right now.
Really?
I'm on the Ozempic. Yeah, and I don't need to lose weight. Yeah. It just lowers your A1C. Okay. Yeah, it lowers my A1C. Because even at this weight, soda is my thing.
With little carbs though.
Yeah, and the sugar, the sugar in the soda. But now, I'll drink a zero sugar Dr. Pepper. Okay. It tastes just like Dr. Pepper. If you're eating, having a meal with it, it tastes the same. Okay. So then, that satisfy that craving right there. Just that subtle change. Okay.
So you said you taking Ozempic because a lot of people are mad that it's trending now. A lot of people take it just for weight loss, but I hear diabetics themselves say they can't find it when they need it because now it's so trendy to use it and you're not diabetic. Mm-hmm. Is that the case for you?
So I was on another product, Trulicity. Okay. I was on that. And then so they start you at a lower dose and then you increase your doses because the goal is to help to lower your A1C. So the Trulicity I couldn't get. So then they switched me to Ozempic. And it just so happens that, through my insurance and this and that, but it's readily available for me. And it's unfortunate, for people who really need it, a lot of times it's not.
Right. I hear that. So what's your take on that as a diabetic? To hear that the people that really need it.
But here's the thing though, if you're using it to lose weight, one of the things you're helping to prevent is the diabetes, is the heart disease, is the, potential for stroke. Mm-hmm. So if you're using it to prevent all those things, why not? So I'm not against anyone using, whatever, brand name it is to
Monjaro.
That's I think that's the new Trulicity. Same company. Okay. Yeah.
So I like the way you said it could be used as prevention. However, people using it cosmetically, like vain, it makes me lose weight so they can have a nice picture to post. Yeah. There's a lot of those too.
I'm not against it.
Okay.
I'm not against it.
But I think you said that because you be getting your supply.
Nah,
I think you would have a different take because I've heard diabetics say they don't like that people are using it. But I'm not saying you should be saying that, but I'm wondering if your answer is that because you have your supply.
It might be a little bit of that. I'm on the good side. So
right.
My bad, y'all.
So you look good, man. So then it's important that you took heed clearly from what the doctor said. Because a lot of times we be knuckleheads, black men, when it comes to doctors.
What?
You were not.
No.
I like the way you said you put your family first. You like, I gotta be here for my family.
No, I got a little. My baby, she just turned 14. I want to be here if God is willing. Is my life's goal to walk my baby down the aisle if she ever gets married.
So you have just a daughter?
No.
And how many kids you have?
I have 4. I have 2 girls, 2 boys.
All right.
Bree.
Any juniors?
Yeah.
Or thirds?
Reginald
okay.
Jr. Yeah,
okay.
He looks just like me.
Okay, so with me, he looks like his grandfather.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
My son Cameron.
Okay. Yeah. When we talk family, you're married.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know you were married. And I think it's because when I asked the 2 people that did say it to me recently, because I like to throw out there when I'm going to interview someone so I can hear a feedback. Right. They like, I didn't know he's married. And most of the reason they said is because you don't, I guess, post. Everybody's not a poster that posts their families or whatever all the time, or wives or husbands.
Yeah, we do.
You do?
Yeah, but the thing about it, those people don't check for that stuff.
Okay.
They, me and my lady out having a good time. Well, I ain't, one thing I'm not doing is posting in real time.
Okay.
If I'm posting our vacation stuff, we home already.
Yeah,
we home already.
Okay.
Message to all you out there: don't post while you there. You're gonna come home and all your stuff be doing.
That's a good message. So, how long have you been married?
24 years. We about to we pulling up on 25.
Wow. That's a good thing, Reg.
Yeah, she stuck with me when I wasn't. What?
Clearly, when you were big.
Yeah. She might have met me when I was getting big. Okay. But she stayed. Yeah.
So she stayed through the teddy bear. All right. Yeah. So she a real one.
Yeah, I imported her from Buffalo.
Okay. All right. Did you meet her what? Part DJing?
I did.
Really?
Yup. It's a funny story attached to that too. I used to do all the college parties.
Right.
So at RIT and DJing, and back then we ain't have no lights and nothing. We just records and turntables. So a college party is dark, and they want it to be dark for a reason.
I remember.
It's a lot of there was a lot going on at them college,
Yeah.
So I needed a light, and I think it was Maurice from Venue asked her to get her light.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, she's bad. Like she had on jabots. I had a thing for girls in jabots back then.
Okay.
She had on the jabots, and I was like, oh, she's bad. And so I stole her light on purpose, because I knew she was gonna have to come back and ask for it. She ain't asked for nothing. So a year later, I was doing the first party of the year in the 1829 room at RIT, and she was there, and we were doing I forgot the name of the club, down from Gotham City. It was a smaller club, but it was dope. It was intimate.
New York Nights?
No, that Gotham was New York Nights.
Oh yeah,
it was down the street from that.
It was
now.
It was Egg back in the days when we were younger. The Egg, and then down there where Envy is by Harold East.
That's down further, but it might have been Egg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we were doing that on Sunday nights, me and my crew, and I invited her.
Okay.
And she came. So I told my brother Big, you're gonna have to take one for the team, and you're gonna have to talk to her friend.
Okay.
I'm at her, yeah. Yeah.
And here we are today, about to be 25 years.
Yeah, about to be 25.
Was you always a good husband?
Not always. She helped me become a better man.
Okay.
Because I had to come to the realization that I had a real one. And those don't come often.
Mm-hmm. No, sir.
Some of us never had the opportunity to have somebody like that. So I had to make a conscious decision to do better and be better.
So when being a DJ, was that could be part of the temptation that made you not be as a good husband? Because they say that DJs have a lot of like groupies, if you will.
That's on paper, they say that.
Right.
But you think about it. So I came up in an era where, like I told you, the focal point was women.
Mm-hmm.
And, I forgot what DJ told me, keep your private life, separate.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a DJ I looked up to, and, because you don't want to give the impression that you're unattainable. You think about, R&B singers,
mm-hmm.
A lot of you don't know are married or have whole lives.
Because they want that depiction. Even like LL Cool J, like a lot of times people didn't know he was married. And I hear managers and stuff tell them to do that strategically.
Mm-hmm. Because you want to market.
Keep the fantasy.
Exactly.
The fantasy sells. So is that what you were?
And I also value privacy too.
I'm big on that. So yeah, I
because you think about it. We at the movies and somebody will lean over to see when you DJing that. Come on, bruh.
You're on a date. You with your lady.
Yeah. So
that's crazy because, I know it's true though, but it's just weird how people don't think to see I'm with my, this ain't the time.
Yeah. And, I think having that, and you try to preserve that little piece of normalcy that you know, do I post us? Absolutely. But you know, do I feel more comfortable when we out in other cities? Yeah, because you don't want people running up on you when the next time you DJing, right, or let me book you, this and that. When you trying to, you know, I'm not Big Reg right now. I'm just Reg.
Right. So do you think that people know how to differentiate privacy from hiding? Because for some reason people think when you're being private, you're hiding things. Clearly, that's not the take here. And so why do you think people wrestle with not knowing that I'm a known person, and most known popular people do like to be private. They're not just open books. Right. It don't seem to be okay though, because people like to be like, nah, he's just hiding something.
Yeah, they can think what they want to think.
Right.
You know.
So 25 years renewal, that's big.
Yeah.
People don't last that long, Reg.
Yeah.
Like married couples do not be lasting that long with us and our genre. But 25 years, and you can see yourself going 25 more years with her.
God willing.
Now she's the mother of all your children?
No. My last two, Cam and Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah, but she embraced my older children like they were her own.
Real one.
Yeah, and they love her. So
that's what's up.
And that says a lot about, because you know, if that dynamic was in play, or they resent her or she resents them, that could have been a bad mixture. But no.
So as DJ Reg though, how does DJ Reg himself reject temptation?
For a long time, it was hard. But I think, you know, you have to value, you know, what I'm losing as opposed to what's happening over here.
Facts.
And I'm not willing to lose what I have.
I respect that. Back on the music before we conclude here. Yeah. Today's music, what you think about today's rap? Like, not that nothing's wrong with it, but as a DJ, you have to, well, maybe you can correct me, you have to play everything. You can't feel like, I don't rock with her or him, so I ain't playing that. But in the days of like the sexy Reds and the you know, today's lyrics, but they're rocking the party. Like we can sit and say, oh, that sounds terrible, or she's nasty, or he's lame. But you turn them on and it gets lit in the place. So what's your take on today's music as a DJ?
Do I prefer boom bap, 90s hip hop? Of course I do. That's not even what I listen to in the car. I'm listening to, you know, Stevie Wonder, and I'm listening to Donny Hathaway.
That's my favorite, Donny Hathaway.
Because he's deep.
Deep and underrated. Like I don't think people knew how deep he was.
I'm gonna get back to answering your question in a second. I'm walking in New York City, and I just look up, and I see the hotel that he committed.
I'm about to say that he jumped out of.
Bro, I broke down.
Wait, so you a Donny Hathaway fan like me then? Like, cause I don't think a lot of people be Donny Hathaway fans. What? Like, I'm a fanatic.
You never see me with my red Apple Jack on.
I've been wearing all the Apple Jacks colors, peacoats, the whole.
Boy, I got a closet full. I probably got.
Wow. And I wasn't even born. I took to this man, and I had to be like 1 or 2 when he was the man. But I grew up really like connecting with this guy vocally, and like you said, just deep how he was.
My mom put me on to him, and I think it was because he was flawed that I took to him. You know, he dealt with demons.
I mean, demons.
Yeah.
Those voices told him to jump.
Yeah.
But now I rock with Layla. She's just as tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's tough.
She's a beast.
Beast. Top 5 vocally.
Yeah. So do I rock? So to answer your question, do I rock with today's music? Absolutely. Okay. Like, and for me, I'm standing behind DJ JK and seeing how he's manipulating the music to make the crowd move. And JK's I respect him as a DJ so much because he's not like me. You know, he doesn't say a word on, like if I'm on the set, he'll move the mic out the way or he has a hype man, or one of the other DJs or be his hype man.
Okay.
So I respect him even more because he does it differently, and he gets the job done. And so it makes me have even more respect for today's music and how he's able to manipulate it to get the people to be on their phones and So do I rock with it? Yeah.
Okay. And you don't rock with it because you have to, you choose to.
Yeah, I choose to.
Because some people be watching like, he's a DJ, you have to, but you don't have to. Because there's some people you don't have to play if you just don't rock with them.
Right.
Like cancel culture. Like, do you think when people are canceled that you as a DJ can't play it because everybody has canceled them?
I never stopped playing R. Kelly.
Okay.
I never stopped playing. But think about this. All those other artists that did, shady stuff, marrying young girls and doing this and that, they never stopped playing
Presley.
them. They never stopped playing them. Never stopped playing them. So do I agree with everything that they accuse him of, or
well, it don't mean that. You playing them don't mean you for them or not. It's just that's your craft.
Amazing music.
Like Diddy. If they talking about how could you cancel the culture of Diddy?
And that's crazy because have you listened to the Love album?
That's one of my last favorite R&B albums.
That album
was crazy.
Fire.
And I hate that all that happened afterwards. Not condoning him. I was
sonically.
I was frustrated. Like, man, and this last album was a banger, and it couldn't get pushed because that all the stuff that you're doing now superseded that. Wow. Lastly, though, Reg, I just want to ask this because you're a DJ, so you would have a pretty good insight. There's another radio station here now, along with WDKX. Do you think radio stations are at odds with each other or have to be? Can it just be everybody just get along, I guess, if they're not? Like, it seems to be some separation or division between the two instead of a lot of coming together.
And I mean, I see it as a lot of people, those people that work over at the other station, a lot of it, not all, a lot of it is frustration from them not getting the look at WDKX.
Okay.
So they say slick stuff.
Okay.
And I worked over there for a minute. Okay. I don't know if you know that. You was in Atlanta at the time. But, I was the first one they came and got. Okay. Because they thought, because I wasn't at DKX no more, that I was going to, say disparaging things or feel as they did about Dre. Never that. But what I do say is I felt like a sucker for a minute because when the ownership over there would say stuff about Dre and they would say stuff about Rochester, I didn't say anything. And when I did, that's when my tenure over there ended.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that.
For speaking up.
What?
Because I'm 5'8", you're not going to do this.
All day, every day. All day, every day. So, you're just not going to say stuff about this city. We don't have nothing. And y'all are here to bring life to this city. The city is breathing. And, once I left there, I never said anything bad about them. Okay. And I never would because I'm not that type of dude. But do I wish there was more,
unity between the two?
Yeah. Like, me and Sean Touch do shows together all the time. It's because we have genuine love for each other and it's not about call letters. Okay. Or anything like that. But other people, they wear that as a, now I'm big because I got these call letters on. Nah.
Okay.
Nah, and it's, they don't see that they're not gonna be embraced. If you're nice, you're nice.
Are you arrogant in your craft?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I'm nice.
I know that's right. And you know it.
You have, and you got, if you don't carry yourself like, why do it? if you don't want to be the best.
That's what's up.
If you don't want to be the best, if you don't aspire to be the best, stay in your house. But if you're coming outside, you got to be a lion.
I feel you. All right.
That's hurt me though. That because in my career, because people they tend to shy away from you. Am I arrogant? You have to be. But am I the one that's going to help you if you need it? Absolutely.
That's what's up. There you have it. This edition of Marc My Words, sitting with one of Rochester's great local living legend DJs, DJ Big Reg. I definitely appreciate your time, brother, and it was a pleasure as always.
All right. Thank you.
All right.